But I think the big story for us, especially from Nigeria, is Bernard.
Bernard had to look inward. He felt, okay, football gives you so much. I'm talking about American football.
Yeah.
And then he decided to throw that path. He's got the body. We talked about the yards, the 4 points, how many seconds. I mean, that's amazing. Look at his stats, and you've been wondering, is he even human?
I think it has to do with our genes. When you look at Jamaica, for example, they have produced a lot of athletes who have dominated in athletics. And when you go back in time, you look at the history. A lot of the slaves who moved to Jamaica or who settled in Jamaica came from Nigeria.
For real?
Yeah. We've been blessed with that kind of genes, and it's just that we're not doing it right.
They say there's juju in what Adidas they cook with this their new shoe. Baba, you don't see the conspiracy theory. 2 people break record. Now the same shoe they wear.
Even from last year, it looked as though Adidas were preparing for the world record. From last year, they spent a lot of money on this athlete alone, on Sawe. All right, they spent about $50,000 just for his testing.
But they try to calculate how much $50,000 for 9.
Please don't do that.
That's for testing alone. Sawe broke the world record, 1 hour 59 minutes and 30 seconds. All right.
I think it was 41.
41.
Jesu.
See, I guess this is the part. People going to Botswana, right?
Yes, but the thing they pay me because Botswana get plenty malu. I like their cows.
Yeah.
Why are you a foodie?
No, go there, no go shop now.
So we are lucky that we have 6 teams going to Botswana. So I think all 6 can qualify for the final.
All 6.
All 6.
If you want to do a standard, and my reference is on standard, one-day athletics meet in Nigeria, it's 100 million.
100 million.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah.
Welcome to you, people of God and people of sports. It's another time for us to break down all the matters that arose over the weekend and from the weeks when we say pass. This is Sports with Sass. This is Cece and Chief Swat Show. Can I get a what? Thank you. Oh, make a do for myself. My name is Chief Swat. I like it. And we are sandwiched between 2 people or in between somebody that's special. But first, before we go to special man, Cece, how fun are your weekend?
Yeah, it was a wonderful one. Yeah, I mean, a lot of highlights. It's actually hard to choose anyone. Maybe we just roll through all of them. We won't do all of them, but we'll just roll through all the highlights of the week.
And they actually, how your weekend, you run, go enter the sports.
Yes, it's the sports. It was all about sport. I'm telling you, I didn't have, sometimes we have, the, how do I put it now? You go out, you enjoy yourself. But I didn't have the opportunity. There were so many things to look forward to. I was looking forward to the NFL draft. I was looking forward to how our girls will perform at the weekend. And of course, to see if Chelsea will be beating or Marseille will be beating.
Oh my God, disgrace you.
But then let me leave it out. There was no NPFL, so I didn't have to,
You didn't have to do too many things local.
Many things. By the end of the day, it was all about the sports.
All about the sports.
Yeah, for me, I didn't have the lifestyle aspect of the sports. I know you always do.
Baba, I do lifestyle, we cook everything. But first of all, let me strut to a man that is always cooking on the social media and in real time. Chris Westy, star boy, super journalist, multiple disciplines. They not get any. I don't think there's any athletics or a few other sports that to the highest level from the lowest level you've not been at. Chris, how you doing? First of all, let's give him a wah again. Can I get a wah?
I'm even clapping for myself.
Athletics royalty is here. What's up? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here, sandwiching between 2 ladies.
I'm proud of myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, really. Yeah.
Okay, what was the highlight for you this weekend? Whether it's sports or otherwise?
Of course, I'm going to stick with sports. A couple of Nigerian athletes in the NCAA did very well. Rosemary Chuguma around the time of 10.95.
That's an LSU. That's their alumni thing.
Yeah.
That was fire.
She's training there because she trains there with her, national teammate, Favour Philly. Yes, I would put it that way.
A fellow countrywoman.
A countrywoman. Yeah, but they are actually besties, if you want to put it that way.
I love it for them.
So she ran a very good time. She also ran 22.42 in the 200 meters as well. So she stood out for me. She was Very, very good. And it shows that if we put our arts together, we can have a very good team that can actually do very well for Nigeria this season.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I think this sets up where we are going today, because we are just countdowns days away from the World Relay. So we're going to be dicing and dissecting. And who better to do it than two of the top journalists from Nigeria that will be going there to go and experience it in real time. Well, that sets up the pace for how we want to dive into this week's edition of Cece and Chief Swore. And by the way, this is only exclusively on the Sports Fiber platforms on multiple devices and multiple places. So I hope you're liking, subscribing. Thank you for those of you when we say they like. Did I tell you that Rasheedat Ajibade followed me this last week? I'm talking about the captain of our Nigerian Super Falcons. Follow me! Thank you. We reached the I don't blow. Rasheedat, they follow you.
She does not even know who I am, so
I don't know what to say to that. But she did follow me.
I'm sure after watching this, she probably will know me. So
clock it.
Chris.
But I would say that this weekend was dope on so many levels. I won't even go into the soup fest and food fest. I didn't even realize that Nigerians, it seems like the most favorite food that Nigerians have or soup is the egusi soup. Guy, you they laugh, you shock me.
Okay.
But I'm just going to carry I'm just going to carry that egusi and take it into what sweet me for this weekend. Now the egusi I liked for my own end. For me, my top athletes that stood out, for the athlete that popped for me this weekend, it's a few things. Like you mentioned, Rosemary was one of the standout babes for me, especially since my time when Mr. takes Persia for Asaba and the growth for her. It's very difficult to stay consistent. So you really need that nucleus of, people that are focused, systems that are focused individuals. So that was cool. I saw Ese Brume's jump, which was amazing. Not be Tom Jones, she said jump that one, where she jumped over 7 meters again, and she didn't even know that she had jumped over. It was when they announced that she had won, and then they were like, oh, this is a top jump from a babe, and that's when she started dancing. The girl almost entered Uje. I like when Yoruba women, they break it all dance, so congratulations to Kayode Yaya and her. But I would say it's Jennifer Echegini on her third goal, a 7-goal contribution for the season. Paris Saint-Germain doing the Lord's work, powered by, yes, the babe when they follow me online. Rasheedat Ajibade. So I like it. I like when the combo is the combobulation.
Yeah. They did it at the WAFCON. We saw that combination between Rasheedat Ajibade and Jennifer
like bread and beans.
So when Rasheedat joined, when Rasheedat was signed, when Paris FC signed, PSG signed Rasheedat, we saw that picture that they released on their website the visuals where she had to welcome her Nigerian sister. It was heartwarming. And then when we saw that game they played yesterday where she had to give the assist, so just that continuation, how do I put it now? That connection, that they feel both at the national team level and also at club level. I think that's what I love about the win for PSG yesterday. Of course, they are chasing Paris FC to see how they can,
that's our former
highlight.
Our former babe house. Our former babe house.
Yes.
I will never forget Paris FC for giving us the glory that is Chiamaka Nadozie.
Now, talking about Chiamaka Nadozie, just a mention for her. Like every time, we always blow something for Chiamaka Nadozie. Again,
active. It's with me.
So it's always perfect whenever.
Chiamaka, let me see. I think she's following me on some. Oh, Chiamaka, but we are not.
Please try and follow Swa. You girls actually needs to follow her so we can relax.
Follow Cece so that
try so that we can relax.
Don't let her oppress them.
No, Chiamaka Nadozie, she was awesome. She's awesome. Yeah, she's awesome. In the game, she was awesome. She's still awesome.
Yeah.
It was against Manchester City.
Yeah.
When you have Brighton and Manchester City, you're thinking, okay, Manchester City are topping.
Yeah.
They want to win the league title.
Yeah.
Wrestle it from Chelsea. But with Chelsea, we're floundering sometimes once in a while. But then, other teams are taking advantage to see how they can actually chase down Manchester City.
Yeah.
And this particular moment, it was Chiamaka Nadozie who made 4 fantastic saves, and that's why Brighton were able to edge Manchester City. By the way, Manchester City are leading WSL, so it tells you how remarkable that is.
That's their first win against a top team, by the way. They have never won a top 4 team. And thanks to Chiamaka,
Imagine she didn't make those 4 saves. We could have been counting 7-3 in
Mafo.
favor of who?
No, let's not do that. Let's not do
who are
that.
topping the league. Yeah, because they're trying to do the double for the men and the women.
You know why they sweet me? Because they're Bonisho day for Jamaica. Then we go, all of us, we jam ourselves by the grace of God in Brazil for World Cup. But Chiamaka is already meeting all their top and she's already calming them down.
Yeah.
So I think that fear factor already, any person that wants to face a Nigerian side, should they, by the grace of God, get there for the World Cup next year.
You shouldn't think that because
they fear them,
we'll be ready. I think
because we're not they play.
I think that's all for our girls, across Europe. Chris Uchebe to winning the league
I wanted
title
to say that. I think
Benfica.
she should take our woman off the week or whatnot. Why?
No, I'll disagree with you.
No, let me prove my case. I didn't prove my case. Is
what
it
was
easy?
her contribution for the league title? That's what we're going to look at, right?
She's been a defender, right? But every game she has at least 3 major tackles. Just like Rachel Amaka has 3 major saves. This time 4 on the day, weekly. But guess what?
Important?
She's also.
I guess I'll be the tiebreaker for you guys.
Chris, tell me. Wait. Let me prove my point.
Woman
let's wait for.
Let me prove my point.
Okay.
Crystal Chebe is 4th back-to-back title with Benfica. And to get it, you have to get clean sheets. This is their 16th straight match that they have not lost. 3-1. This guy has 1 assist in the season. Inside how many appearances? Is it easy to come back from injury and still be chopping again, back to back? And they are using you up and down. They are using that girl up and down. No, she has massive minutes and she still manages to get clean sheets. And you get a 4th consecutive title, bros. This is a title, back to back.
Now, Manchester City actually leading the WSL, right? They are top of it, and what's their aim? To win the league title, right? And then you had NNADOZIE coming in within the stick and ensuring that the team beats Manchester City for 4 clean sheets.
work.
I think both of you have good points.
Okay.
Right? For Christy and for Christy and for
Chiamaka
NNADOZIE,
Okay.
But they are valid points, and it is difficult to really
Which
pick
one
one out
they
of
pick up?
So pick.
I want to defend why I have to pick one. All right, the
Okay.
fact that Chiamaka stopped Man City or delayed their
glory.
their party is quite commendable, but also Christy moving from midfield to defense. I think I'll go for Christy on this.
Can the church say man?
Okay, give it up for Christy.
Now, Christy be this. I'm not Christy. Then give me a medal, make career when we win WAFCON. Now, Christy be
If I had known you were going to say that, I would have gone for Chiamaka.
Yeah, she also gave me a medal. Like every journalist that actually came, that's why the WAFCON winning journalists, title started coming, because what she did, every journalist that came, to Morocco to the final, she actually ensure that she put the medal, a taste of the medal, really, and then she'll take a picture. It was really fun. So she's a fun girl. All right, okay, Chris, I agree with you. Okay, we'll give it to Chris.
You don't agree finally?
No, not agree finally. I mean, he made a valid point. He's the tiebreaker
So
for us.
He's
the tiebreaker for us. So he says he's going with Christy Uchebe. So I have to agree with that.
So
So you are our girl of the week.
Christy. Fantastic. Now to the guys.
To the guys.
Osimhen scored his 20th goal.
Okay.
That was great against Galatasaray.
Yeah,
that's amazing, by the way.
His job is to score goals.
Oh, you want to use my point?
Yes, his job is to score goals, which is okay. And now let me talk about other men. I'm leaving football totally now. I'm not going to dwell on football.
We have other men.
Football. I'm talking about other men. Ayo Dosumu. Yes, he's a Nigerian. He's an American. But then once you have a Nigerian name, wherever you are, we claim you.
Yes.
So he's a Nigerian for me. Now, for the first time in 50 years, in reserve, he came off the bench, spent 42 minutes on court, and scored 43 points off the bench. And how did this happen? Injury happened to Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Injury happened to Dante DiVincenzo. And then what happened? He stepped up. He filled the gap. He did not just fill the gap as in filling the gap. He owned that stage. And he gave his team a victory over Denver Nuggets. He plays for Timberwolves, by the way, because you're thinking, where is Ayo Dosunmu coming from? He joined the team in January after he had a long injury layoff. And now Ayo Dosunmu is the man of the moment. So,
I love it.
Give
I
it
love
up
it.
to him.
I love it. I love it. Ayo is the dream. As a parent myself, every time I see a kid that comes from, let's say, migrant parents, right, and you take in the system that you have, and then you use it. Chris, you are someone that's walked through seeing young kids, develop a talent very late sometimes compared to their other contemporaries. So you know how difficult it is for you to adjust
And excel.
And excel. That's the word, and excel. So most people, they get broken down by the waiting process. But this guy was just beating his time. So deputized for where an ant-man is not there. One of the most ultimate athletes in the basketball. He broke a record that, funny enough, now only 50 years ago, now he said, I tell you, see somebody like that you come from the bench. No, in football, we are sport for it. We are used to super subs. But in basketball, most of the guys that sub in when major guys are out, barely manage to get double figures or double pointers. Maybe they block, maybe they rebound, but then they score. But this guy was doing layups. He was doing layups rather. He was finishing work. Not since 1970, they did something like that. So I like the confidence. I love it.
76.
Yeah.
Fred Brown.
You get. In fact, the guy name be like Dekalu is right. That's why we say athlete name be like Eckhart. You go, no, I like this Eckhart. So I'm like, this is a new era. I love it. I think there's a new Nigerian in town, and they should give him more opportunities. When a guy is hungry, he should carry. So Ayo, thank you very much. I feel this is a native song. but another thing that really stood out for me, Cece, and this one I'd like you to walk through, because a lot of times we be journalists for we go see all these Oyibo programs, they'll bring it in. And bro, when they bring them in, you almost feel like maybe this one is just they don't collect money. They are just doing scouting. The scouting is not really working. But one of the young talents from Abuja, the guy is just 21. They were doing NFL draft. Normally, we are used to the migrant kids, coming up. Ian Nacho did that lovely Igbo conversation when it was being announced. But I think the big story for us, especially from Nigeria, is wow. Wow!
How do you
Hey, wow! Cece, why is wow such a special
Bernard.
story?
Yeah, I think
Bernard.
Bernard. I think last year December, there's this international pathway program. Like it's done by the US. You have basketball, you have track and field. Yeah, no, different. You have.
You see the gather now. Run, cut, tackle, get hot. I'll be like.
So the international player pathway program. So NFL, basketball, track and field.
Yeah.
So elite athletes who are good enough that can have opportunity to play, they're given opportunity to train, and if you're discovered, so you get into the program, and that's how it happened. Usi, his surname is always like
which of the Usi now? Why you talk of Abina? Who be Usi again? Make I know.
Is he Hanacho or
no?
Okoye?
I'm trying to the guy who brought the international pathway.
Oh, that your guy when they carry the
it brought the international pathway. If I'm trying to just get the right pronunciation, because we have an Igbo boy in the building,
and he has been
the one institution whereby
for not pronouncing Echegini. Is it Echegini, right?
Echegini, yeah.
So Osi actually, he brought the program to Nigeria, and then this particular program, Owa Bernard was one of those who made the 2026 who got into the 2026 program.
The one that
they were about 13 of them from 10 countries that made it, from the UK, Cote d'Ivoire, Algeria. Yeah, you have one place from UK, descent of UK. Cote d'Ivoire and Algeria.
Nice.
Seydou Chari. They have a Kenya who actually got signed.
It was one of those signed.
Yeah, one of those signed. Then you had about 5 Nigerians in that. You have Australians, you have players from Australia and New Zealand, but 3 of them. So you have 5 Nigerians. But out of all the 13 from 10 countries, so you got only 2 players were drafted and 4 were signed. Now, these 2 players that were drafted, Owa Bernard happens to be one of them. So he became the very first African to go through that international pathway program to be drafted. We've had other Nigerians actually, getting into international pathway programs, but they weren't drafted. In 2022, I think we have a Chidi Okezie. 2023, we also have a Haggai.
I like that his name. I like that.
Yeah, Haggai. We also had
sounds
him.
Like a prophet.
So he's currently with the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where Okoye is with the LA Chargers. So these players pass through the international pathway program. But what actually stood out for everyone is the fact that Owa Bernard did not play competitive sport
At all.
until he was 16. Organized sport until he was 16. And then what did he do? Was just playing, basketball. So he wasn't really taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And then this program came in 2023. He joined them. And then he was one of those that went to Cairo in Egypt in 2025. And that's why he got into the pathway program. So January, he joined the program. And then December, all the names came out in December. And January, he went to the US and started training. And behold, 251st pick for Philadelphia Eagles. So this is a story.
First batch draft.
This is a story that people, from all the videos I've watched, from what people have been saying about what Bernard did, is something remarkable. Is it his size? Is it the fact that, we were talking behind the scene. No, give me the start
6'4".
again. Not just the 6'4".
6'4".
I'm talking about his
6%
body
muscle.
mass. 6% muscle.
When that guy they run, when they do that, this thing, shake up.
Their tryout.
Their tryouts. I don't want to be in front of that guy. Like, imagine that guy played normal, regular football, the one that Americans called soccer, the ones that they call basketball, and look at how big and how massive and how talented. He was just showing what to do and he would get on it. And you know what, Chris? That seems to be the order of the day, because this NFL, before we switch to the guys that broke record in athletics, NFL is suddenly becoming the best benefitors of the athleticism that Nigerians have naturally. And you'll be somebody, I think one of the times when we work out, once upon a time, you may not remember, you told me about how you crossed waters to go and convince somebody's parents to let them do a sport as an athlete and even represent Nigeria. So you don't enter that scouting while looking for talent. Why is the Nigerian athlete the ultimate starter pack for any team or any sport that is ready to do anything, in your opinion?
I think it has to do with our genes.
Our genes.
Even when you look at Jamaica, for example, it's a very small country. It's not even up to, people argue that it's not even up to the population of Fleury, for example.
Actually, Lagos is bigger than Jamaica.
Yeah, fully. So, and they have produced a lot of athletes who have dominated in athletics. And when you go back in time, you look at the history, we made a documentary on it, and a lot of the slaves who moved to Jamaica or who settled in Jamaica came from Nigeria.
For real?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So LeBron James will get Nigerian blood. Maybe Jamaica they blow things up and down.
I met someone in Tokyo when I was covering the World Champs, and she's an American, and they have this app that tells them, okay, I'm 35% Nigerian, I am 45% this and that. So she was showing me that she's about 55% Nigerian. So you mentioned that LeBron James could be Nigerian. It's possible that, he
has both. Let me claim you.
Yeah, it's possible that they are. So to answer your question, I think it has to do with our genes. We've been blessed with that kind of genes, and it's just that we're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right.
We are not at all. If we do things right, all right, a lot of the athletes or people who go on to excel in, for example, in the NFL that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Seattle Seahawks had how many Nigerians?
6, I think. 6 of Nigerian descent. Without their mommy that doesn't know. I don't know the Super Bowl. But my boy, I won. Yeah. I'm going to the Super Bowl.
She said just touch that. That's all. So they are seeing this. They know that there is like a pipeline for them. There is a
conveyor
pipeline
belt,
of talent in Nigeria, and that's why they're probably coming here.
Yeah, I think Ossi Umenyora, that's what the guy was trying to. Yeah, remember Umenyora. That's I think what the pronunciation is. Umenyora.
Yeah, I remember him.
Ossi Umenyora. If you listen to some of these athletes, it was Super Bowl winner. So if you listen to some of these athletes, they'll tell you that it was because of Ossi that they saw. That's why he's the one that facilitated the international pathway program. So they're the ones that the NFL programs do it every year in Nigeria. So they said when they saw him, that's why they had the belief that they can actually play football. And when you listen to O.R. Bernard, he mentioned that yes, he was a person, he trains people, for a living. That's how he ends.
Gym instructor. Those of you now they say gym. Gym boy is not a blow. Bernard use gym, say blow, go NFL.
He looks the part.
So that's what, because when he lost his father, so he has to provide for. There's 7 in the family. Imagine 7. So when he lost the father, so he had to provide for the mom and everyone. So he needed to have a better life for his family, and then facilities So sometimes when you want to play some sports and you look around you, the sports that you really love, he didn't see that. So that international pathway program, provided the opportunity for him. So with the story I'm trying to tell is that just be inspired. Sometimes they tell you that look inward. What do you have, that can actually project you into, kind of give you a stepping stone. Or something that will put you up there. You just look in one and check, what do you have? For instance, you've got your mouth and everything,
Don't talk about my mouth. That's how you talked about my mouth this morning, and then I told you to declare about what I'm talking about with my mouth.
When you enter a stage, I watch you hosting the Red Bull event, and then the way you carry the crowd as big as that a place, the way you're able to do it, because that's the gift. So you have to look inward and check, what do I have to offer, right? Okay, I can talk, right? Okay, let me do that. I can do pidgin. I can, crisscross and multilingual person. So let me use this to make money. And then you look at yourself. You know what? I'm not an athlete, but I love talking about these athletes. I love their story. I need to follow them.
So something must always trigger you.
Always trigger you. And then you went to athletics. And then when we were talking about track and field in Nigeria or even across the world, the first name that will come to mind, you talk about Chris, and of course talk about
Chris. Google yourself. Actually, I googled you.
Chris,
I googled you on AI.
Track and field.
Have you checked yourself on AI? Have you checked?
AI will give you everything that you'll be wondering.
You'll be like, is this me?
Is this me?
And
then Bernard had to look inward. He felt, okay, football gives you so much. I'm talking about American football.
Yeah.
And then he decided to throw that path. He's got the body. We talked about the yards, the 4 points, how many seconds? That's amazing. When you look at the statistics, I know producer is going to show all the stats. Look at his stats and you'll be wondering, is he even human? And this is alien. And that's why when he was drafted, the guy
everybody's saying it.
People were shouting.
That defensive tackler is going to be
the announcer was amazed by his stats.
Even like Bonanza,
So
as they shout, they say, they don't come
the Bernard that came out with everybody. It was historic, really. Yeah.
See the thing he said as we switch up to London marathon, right? The thing he said that blew me away. I love when a young man is centered. He was like, I am the first person from my tribe, I'm the first person from my lineage to get into this place from where we come from. Yeah. So I don't have a choice. I have to be a success. I don't have a choice. I have to do well. Do you know how that you don't not do making of champions? You know, say they get some kind of things that coaches, high performance coaches, they are looking out for. When you hear an athlete say things like that, Baba, no worry. It be like saying, coach, they wait.
Give
like,
everything.
Give me.
Because people were saying that it's a risk by Philadelphia Eagles. There is a risk, picking him. But then they've done it with the Australian who ended up being big. Yeah. And so they're doing it with him. With the kind of hunger he's got. Right. Now, this is a player.
And it's a championship team.
There's a word that is usually he say, if you know where some of us they come from, you know go pray may we fail.
No, pray may we fail. That
so
guy can't fail.
We all praying for him. He came from Abuja. And that humble beginning and embracing where he's coming from. I know he's just 21, so he's young and he has a lot in store for him. And the fact that he understands his body
family
system,
be that too.
And the fact, and the fact is they're all seven, So and you understand the system, and then you know what you need to do.
I just pray the pressure that comes from
being daily breadwinner.
Yeah, breadwinner. He's in the US now. The family, everyone would want to. Oh, you're in the US, send money and all that. I think they should just let him be. If he's settled, I'm sure he's going to succeed.
Yeah, let him. Give him like 1 year. Those of them, they build Bernard, the Abilas Association. Give brother Bernard 1 year. Let him settle. In fact, let him at least get into the rhythm of it. Bernard, not go follow Oibo. Focus.
It's important.
Leave that one, though. Don't try him. You blow whistle.
Scratch that.
Not try him.
Scratch that.
You have a phone.
Focus. Bernard, we're all praying for you here. We know where you're coming from. We're going to do what Azizat keep doing. If you know where they come from, you know, go pray where we fail. And so we're all praying for you, rooting for you, and knowing that, you will be a success because you started so well. Out of 13, 4 got lucky, 2 drafted, and you're one of those 2. That is big.
God is good.
So Philadelphia Eagles, ego to ego. You know what that means, right?
Nice.
And what does the ego do?
The ego will soar. I beg.
Speaking of
soar, because I really want to get into this athletics conversation. They say there's juju in what Adidas they cook with this their new shoe. Baba, you don't see the conspiracy theory.
No, we'll leave the London Marathon to him.
No,
tell us
what
happened in London.
Baba,
because the last
two
time
people break record.
The last time I was
the same shoe they
the last
wear.
time I was in London, I was witnessing London Marathon right in front of my house. Saw them running. I didn't witness any world record. I was like, what was
You didn't see world record?
People running sub 2 hours. I mean, what
They said
does
it was
it take
impossible,
to run sub 2 hours?
By the grace of God.
If
Under 2 hours.
if the great Eliud Kipchoge could not
He
do
could
it
not.
Yeah.
before retiring, like it shows how remarkable Sabastian Sawe, was on the day to run that performance. You talked about juju, but I think it's a conspiracy theory.
Is it? They
It
brought
is,
the two
it
shoe out,
is.
so the woman that
No.
broke it, the man that broke it.
But I
The same
I
shoe.
have to touch on that because even from last year, it looked as though Adidas were preparing for the world record. From last year, they spent a lot of money
On shoe take.
on this athlete alone, on Sawe. All right, they spent about $50,000 just for his testing. So now you know how testing goes.
Walk us through it.
No, I think it's 25 times before Berlin Marathon. I remember
Yes.
that one very well. 25 times.
Let him walk us through what a
Yeah.
testing for an athlete is. When they say they are testing, what
it's
do
a
they
lot. All right, AIU would come unannounced. They would test you repeatedly and all that. So now most times it's not AIU. All right, the federation, for example, the Kenyan Federation would have to do some of the testings, and so now it costs a lot of money to test an athlete. Sometimes it could even be more than 1,500 for one reagent. I think that's what it's called.
Oh.
To get those kind of testing. And so Adidas, they were spending about $50,000 on him. All right, like they were even the ones saying, "Okay, we are ready to test us," that kind of thing. Like, come and do this test.
But they try to calculate how much $50,000 for 9.
Please don't do that. Continue, Chris.
That's for testing alone. All right, so maybe it fuels the conspiracy theory that there's juju in the shoes.
No, juju be that.
And Adidas is more like a test of or rather
Endurance, resilience,
yeah, and also they had faith in the guy. All right, they know who he is. They know that he is going to one day break the world record, and they were investing a lot of money on him. Talking about shoes, Kipchoge when he ran Supreme, ran with Nike's Vaporfly.
Yes.
Yeah.
That shoe can't collect money well. People buy that shoe well.
So it's not all about shoes. All right, Nike themselves invested in that shoe. Like, so it's not down to the shoe. Yes, technology helps. It helps the athletes, make them maybe even move faster, makes the shoe comfortable for them. Like, it's not easy running 2 hours. All right,
Yeah.
like, and you're doing it below 2 hours is astounding.
You're actually right. This has been, from what I'm even learning, it has been they say it's unprecedented, the amount of testing that they've tested Sawe even prior to.
Yeah.
Because
tournament
Kenya were in trouble at that time when the world,
Exactly.
WADA were on them. About 100 for something of their athletes, were under that doping.
25 times in
they are
2
a
months.
great
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. Before
Yeah.
Berlin Marathon.
25
Berlin Marathon.
times.
Yeah, last year, Berlin Marathon. Yeah, 25 times.
What does that tell us as we move into full-on athletic season? Proper one. Now we have broken the record. In fact, 2 people ran sub 2 hours, by the way, and that was one of the coolest things for me. To be the number 2, not the 9th. No, everybody only remembers Neil Armstrong. Nobody they remember that brother when follow and for back when say make I open the door, make you come outside, climb for enter moon.
There was something he said. Something Sebastian said when he said it was the running from Yamif that actually spurred him on.
So his opposition.
Yeah. I mean, who was running behind him? I think the second time he was running marathon.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
second marathon. So you have someone behind you who is just new to the sport, and you are defending champion. By the way, he won the last London Marathon. So you knew what you needed to do.
That
Yeah.
Yomif
So
like
that's-
second marathon be this.
Yeah, so Yomif Gachercha
Yeah.
is an Ethiopian athlete who has been around for a long time, for more than 10 years actually. But he was running on the track.
Yeah, events, normal, regular.
Yeah, I think he's even the 3,000 meters indoor champion.
champion,
All right, so he has won multiple medals on the track. So and when athletes start aging, they transition to the road.
Yeah,
they start running the
races,
marathons because there's also a lot of money in road marathon. So he moved. I think he would even still come back maybe next year to try and do the track. but because this is like an off season for most of the athletes, so they are doing a lot of the road races, and it is. We are still in April.
Yeah.
And you're running sub 2 hours.
Yeah.
And to tell you how good the performance is for Yomif, Sawe broke the world record 1 hour, 59 minutes and 30 seconds. All right.
I think it was 41.
41.
Jesu.
So that's like 11 seconds.
Exciting times for athletics.
It means for Yomif, he's going to be pleased with the performance, knowing that he is also within touching distance of the world record.
Yes.
So it means that if he continues running, there is the Chicago Marathon, there's the Berlin Marathon, a lot of the marathon. It means now also that he is going to be one of the top athletes going into these marathons. Organizers are now going to be reaching out to him, paying him appearance fee, and it's good for him.
The thing I like about this as we enter fully into the reviews or previews rather for the world release is that this guy when we in Sawe, as much as he is a defending champion, this guy started, I think it was in Seville, as a pacer. Just 2022. So this set of long distance runners, the road runners that are breaking records now, it seems like they are unknown and they are just beginning to blow. They were the ones that used to be the support system before.
Were they really unknown or
the way we talk Sawe now, you know him for 2022 as pacer.
The focus were not on them.
Who they remember pacer?
I think that maybe because
of
a
good question. Who they remember?
Yeah,
who do you remember the guy that holds the door and says welcome to church?
Because of
they'll be like nice. You don't even know his face.
I mean, because of the late Kiptum, his dominance too. You have some athletes who are dominating. So once you have those athletes dominating, as you mentioned, who they remember second when there is a winner. So this athlete would have just been there, under the radar.
Just been hovering.
Under the radar until something happened. Waiting for their time. He won the London Marathon last time, just the last 2025. I mean, it was just they reported it like that. But then now, with the world record, the whole world. So I think that's where with the impossible record. This is not a world record anymore. With the impossible record.
How do you
Chris? How do you classify this? Impossible record.
Because the only time before London that someone was able to run sub 2 hours was when Kipchoge ran that
wing assisted
in Vienna. No,
not really. In Vienna.
He was in Vienna. It was a
so why his own was not ratified is because he had so much support. Like he had a lot of pacemakers. There was a lot of technology in it. Like so that's why that was not ratified.
It was an exhibition race.
Thank you. That's the word.
Yeah, so it was an exhibition race.
Wait, so that's if I stress my body, bust everything for exhibition race, you tell me
because people it was organized by what's the name? Ratcliffe, the co-owner of Man U, was the one who put in. So that's the thing. So Jim Ratcliffe. So it wasn't like a regular race. So that's why it wasn't. So people thought, Guinness Book of Record will recognize that. No, it wasn't because it was.
Not be lie you. They're not rate that race. Now they think.
No, when you mean rates, it was an exhibition. It's just like when you have when Mike Tyson came out to fight. I mean, you think WBC will now? No, now. So that's the thing. So there's nothing in it. So it's just for the money and then to see is this possible. To see what is possible. I think that's what Ratcliffe and the likes were trying to do when they organized that for Kipchoge.
I want to take this to the next for the release because this is the sweet spots. And by the way, in case you're just strolling, this is just thank you for being part of the conversation. We don't take it for granted that you're using your data to chat with us and listen with us. And anything that we say that, whether it's with you or not, please follow, like, comment, and share. We appreciate. This is still Cece and Chief Swore on Sports Fiber, as you know, with the man that meets the legend, Chris Okezie, who is going to put on his crystal ball arts and tell us what are we expecting as we step into World Release 2026, Botswana, live and direct.
See, I guess this is the part people going to Botswana, right?
Yes, now. Where not they go? Now they go. The thing they pay me because Botswana get plenty malu. I like their cows.
Yeah, true.
I'm
Actually.
fine. I was looking forward to
goodness.
this. Like,
Yeah.
Why are you a foodie?
What?
Okay, world relays. Yes, Nigeria for the first time will present.
No, go there, no go shop
So
now.
let's start.
But you have to talk about that as well.
you
It's
know,
my
no,
second
not-
time. It's my second time going to Botswana, so
Hey,
it's
so you've been there
good.
before?
Yeah, I was there in 2019. She talked about the beef. By the way, Botswana is one of the largest exporters of beef around the world. So,
And diamond.
yeah, I guess you have to look forward to eating beef in Gaborone.
And diamond.
And diamonds, yeah.
But what should Nigerians be looking
Wait,
out
I
for?
don't understand. Largest exporter of beef. I'm sorry, I'm digressing.
No,
But I need
that's
to.
not okay.
Largest exporter of beef, Botswana. How many people are in Botswana?
So that's
In Nigeria, and cattle is causing problem. We know the issue of the farmer headers clashes. That's
there's
how
one that they
target.
get. Then they get ranch.
Yeah.
Then they pay people make them go school for Botswana.
so I'm like-
then they give you at least one malu. I guess say every 3
so-
months,
so
athlete
I'm
they
like-
collect
so
one
I'm
malu.
like- I'm
You
like-
know the one cow per athlete every
we
3
have
months.
200. Okay, please, we are talking sports, right? Yeah, we'll leave that
We are
for
still
the
sports.
politicians.
What are we
We are
looking out
talking
for?
sports. So, you were talking about beef. I need to try their beef, right? Okay, I'll
Yeah.
try it. Yeah.
If you don't do video, I'll swear for you. Evidence was true. So Chris, we have some amazing times. This is one of the times that I'm very pleased with our athletics federation. I won't say that they are work, but I'll say that being able to have 6 teams qualify for all 6 categories for the world release.
Is it the first time we're having that, Chris?
We don't get on before.
Because one was introduced.
No,
Yeah, the newly introduced one.
Yes,
yeah.
if you include that as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, because I remember in 2014 World Relays, we had almost all the relay teams there in
Almost.
Nassau. Yeah,
Almost. But this time now.
No, we competed in the 4x200 as
4x200.
well. So, yeah. Why I said almost, we didn't compete in the 4x800 then.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we competed in the 4x1, then 4x4 relays as well. So, yeah.
But this one has 6 categories, right? The mixed, the singles, the men, the women's, and all that, right?
Yeah.
What should Nigerians look out for, especially now that they say that it's like mixed relays is something that Nigerians are kind of better at than most people, even from juniors and what. Not we get record normally that time. Forget that nonsense when we do for the next.
Normally that time.
Normally, they there when we do it now. We
Chris,
win. I
please
can't
break
get
it down
up,
for us. 6 relay teams. 6. We have not all, but the difference is you have like some athletes in this one competing in 4x100 mixed and 4x100 non-mixed.
Yeah.
So break it down for us.
So we are lucky that we have 6 teams going to Botswana. From my understanding, I think the team are already en route to Botswana. Is going to be very, very. I mean, it's an opportunity for Nigeria to qualify for the 2027 World Championships, because if any of these relays get into the final, they get a ticket.
straight.
All right, automatic ticket to the World Championship. So, I mean, we were the first country that ran the first official mixed 4x100 meters, and I think we are ranked 15th in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
If my
Roughly, I think we are close.
I think about 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And now we are having the compliments of some of the best athletes, some of the best Nigerian athletes join. So it's a big opportunity for us. We won't have all the athletes in the NCAA come, but we have athletes like Rosemary Chukwuma. I understand Blessing Ogundiro is also coming.
Didn't she just do a nice time? We were just talking about Blessing the other time.
She did. She's like the top 10 fastest women in the world in the 100 meters this year.
Yeah.
She ran a new personal best of 10.98 seconds, which makes her the second fastest Nigerian this season. I talked about Rosemary Chukwuma, who ran 10.95 seconds. So we have a very strong team going to Botswana, and I think US are not sending some of their best athletes. We should be able to surprise some countries and maybe even win 2 medals.
2 medals. It's like you and Oko are not in the same WhatsApp group. Did you get the memo that they sent this morning that they were expecting 6 medals?
No, I'm trying to be modest.
Every time we go for championships, we always say we expect medals.
Yeah.
And then after maybe 1 or 2, maybe after running the first races,
Yeah, the
hits. We'll narrow it down to, okay, there's one
Yeah.
athlete will give us a medal.
Yeah.
Then it was always Blessing Okagbare will give us a medal.
Blessing always was sure.
Ese Brume will give us a
Brume
medal.
was sure.
And then later, it was Tobi Amusan will give us a medal.
Yeah.
But now, why I don't really rate the things they say is not out of disrespect. It's the fact that you look at other countries. There's so many countries that withdrew that are not participating in the world, in this world relays. So many countries in South Korea, some other Chinese stepping.
Why the Asian countries they pull out?
They pulled out of it. So because because that is not their strongest point. They're looking at the expenses, how expensive it is to pull out the athletes, especially those athletes who already they have different meets that they're running. Like as we said, NCAA, for instance, who most of the athletes will not leave their program. And then how do you put them together? It's capital intensive. So they're looking at a situation whereby, there was a time where apart from the world relays, you can also qualify with other races, right? So, at the world relays, you have a 14 slot automatically qualifies you for the world championships. You have other 4 slots too. I think maybe these countries want to run other races that are maybe economically cheaper for them, and then they get a slot. But then you have to fight for how many slots?
Don't you think that they are also avoiding Africa?
That's a very good question, because
avoiding
the last
coming to African countries, because it's the first time we are actually hosting the world relays in Africa.
It's not
that's
hosting,
disrespectful.
No, not be saying that. No, leave
not
that
the
one. Those
hosting.
ones, they're not.
Okay, what do you think?
Me, I feel like he has a point that is cooking there, because the last 2 relays something. We have had South Africa show people shaggy. We have had Botswana show people shaggy.
Is that your reason? No,
there's an
wait, hold on, Chris. What's your? What do you think they're avoiding that? Because
conspiracy theory. All right.
Yeah, bring it.
I think
Africa is cooking.
Some of these countries are avoiding Africa because it's Africa. Most of these Western countries don't want to go to Africa.
Oh,
right. Yeah. But I also you made a point about countries not wanting to race the reigning champion. That's Botswana. For example, USA, they are not sending their men's 4x4 team.
They don't want to be flawed now. I feel so. So the column will show you, take you and shine.
Those are some points to consider, because it's not heard of that countries who duly qualified, about up to almost 10 countries withdrawing. Yeah.
Because others are fighting to get these things, and then you are withdrawing. See, I think one of these days, there has to be like a sanction for things that you fight to get this slot, you get it, and then you drop off. Why are you dropping off for something that other countries? The other day, we're saying Zimbabwe was fighting to get in. Austria was fighting to get in when it was the qualifiers and whatnot. And you get it, and then you don't show up. Makagini Makawai now. Bros, Nigerians want to know, is Favour Philly going to be able to run? It's true now. They said they are welcome back in the fold. You are a man that knows things. Please check your crystal ball.
She's not running in Botswana, that's for sure.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, but if you're looking for an exclusive, like, so I heard that there are plans to welcome her back into the fold. There are high-profile meetings lined up. So it could happen. That's where I would just leave it there. Botswana. Not Botswana. She's not running in Botswana. Yeah.
What God cannot do does not exist. All I want to see is Favour Philly flying on the tracks. I don't care the country, but I want her to be at the top stage and world release. I mean, we're not getting to get that. That's like, who's going to step up in that position? Because the last world release, she was vital for us. So who's going to be that? It can't just be Rosemary. Who are we looking out for?
You mean for Nigeria?
For Nigeria, yeah, because now Nigeria...
She's looking at the relay teams, the ones that will qualify for the final. We are not looking at the gold yet. Let's qualify for final, and they will take it up from there, because that final give you automatic slot to the World Championships next year.
So give me the names. Give me the names.
Not the names.
I want names. I want the names for the Nigerians.
Are you going to give names?
All 24 names?
Not all 24. No, so when they do football, would they go walk up? We go say, okay, this team, again, Osime, wash out for Yama. Who will they wash out for?
So, what I love so much about the Nigerian team is the blend of young and old, right, or maybe experience. Yeah. There's Patience Okon-George, who is very vital,
experience,
and she's experienced. She's there. There's Enoch Adegoke, who's been to the Olympics. His experience, he's there. But then
Revelation Man is running on this one.
Yeah, running by revelation. he's there. He's going to help Nigeria. But then watch out for these young athletes. Miracle Ezechukwu, her teammate Rosemary Chigozie Nwankwo, Tohiba Jimo, who was one of the athletes in our club.
Making of champions?
Yeah, she is running at her first national, or rather senior level ever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, then her teammate as well, Ezekiel Asukwo. So
That's
Those are
something,
very, very young athletes to watch out for. Ezekiel Asuko, Toyiba Jimo, Miracle Esechukwu, and Rosemary.
These
That's
are
literally most
teenagers.
of them from the 4x100 meters relay team that you're talking about now.
So Miracle and Rosemary are going to run in the women's 4x1. Tohibat is in the women's 4x4 and the mixed 4x4. Ezekiel is in the mixed 4x4 and the men's 4x4. And interestingly, all 4 of these athletes are based in Nigeria.
So this is going to be one of the first times that we're having this amount of Nigerian-based athletes following the contingent out.
Yeah,
So
I think about 12 or up to 12 of
12
them.
of them.
Yeah.
Okay, now for you, what's standing out? Is it okay for us to actually have some of the athletes, running in the 4x100 meters, also running in the mixed relays? Because we've seen a couple of names: 4x100 meters relay, mixed, and that's single. And
Register
then you also have 4x400. You
Yeah.
have 2 or 3 athletes. Is that a good thing for us, really?
So that's why there are up to 6 athletes named for one event. You look at your strengths, all right? So the coaches are also going to decide on the day who fits in more. It's a 2-day event, all right? So you have to maximize them, like get the best out of them. So, for example, Enoch is going to run the men's 4x1 and he's running the mixed 4x1. It's like, if, for example, they don't do well in this one, you need his expertise as well in the mix. So it's down to that kind of arrangement.
Well, is that not tricky, really? Because I know that sometimes, sometimes I see the US team, like you have fresh faces 4x400 meters mixed, and then fresh faces 4x400 meters men or women. You have all of them, like they usually come with a very large contingent. Yes, they have the athletes, but we usually don't do that.
Because we don't have
money.
Not
Should
really
I say money?
Like, we don't have a large pool of athletes that are on the same level.
Okay.
All right. If you have this season alone in Nigeria, only Chidera Ezeako and Enoch Adegoke have been able to run 10-1.
Actually.
All right. So you look at that and say, okay, let them still run the men's 4x1 and the mixed 4x1, because you're looking at, you want to stand a chance, you want to qualify, you want to win a medal.
Yeah.
So you're not going to use someone that is running 10-3 or 10-4 or 10-5.
Yeah.
So it's the best athletes we have.
Yeah.
And these are the athletes we're actually going out with. Now, you've talked about the athletes that are standing out for you. You talked about those 4, brilliant athletes, homegrown talent from Making of Champions. I love what you guys are doing.
Can we just give a pop for Making of them? See,
I love what you guys are doing, grooming these young athletes. Now, which of these relay teams you think, which of these teams, I'm not using one, can nick that ticket, get to the final?
Hold it.
So I think all 6 can qualify for the final.
All 6.
All 6.
I like it. That's
possible,
boasting.
yeah.
Now, people in the house, please. I mean, that's that's something.
So Nigeria has quality for all 6.
I'm being optimistic, but I think all 6 can. You just have to qualify. All right, get into the final, and anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
But if you ask me how many medals, I know I said 2 earlier, but I think we can win just one.
Just one.
I'm just confident about that. That's the mixed 4x1 because we've run so well in that event, so anything can really happen.
I think what we have too in that event is there's something about the synergy we have when we are doing the baton transfers and whatnot, and there's just the way our girls and our guys they just do on the same level. Every time you see them do, not only when they not arrange them well, when they do 2 guys and 2 girls, that arrangement.
Is it the arrangement or what?
No, the arrangement.
But now,
Chris, what works for you really?
So
if you want to start, you start with a woman or
hold on, wait. It depends on
the officials left it to the discretion of the team to decide, and Nigeria had this, at the
overconfidence 2021
Olympics, like when we were leading and somehow the men started overtaking Patience Judge, and I think it was after that they made a decision that CEO is going to be men, women in that order. All right, we can't have a situation whereby a woman is running against men.
And funny enough, in the first race that we did
Tokyo
for juniors,
race, I think it was a very big mistake, really.
No, that's what I'm saying. I said
it was a miscalculation.
The first time they tested
was it
the
miscalculation or a mistake?
The first time
it could be both.
I mean, you don't put, okay, now let me go back to London Marathon, what they did. The first time you have women only races, right?
Yeah.
Before now you have the men pacing, men are the pacers. But this time you had just the women having their own gun, having their own race, and we saw the time that Asefa, what she did, takes what she did, the Ethiopian lady, what she did, defending champion, also winning it. You could see the race. I mean, then you could see that of the men. Now the point I'm trying to make is, we know that the stamina for a man and a woman, it is never ever the same.
That's why the mixed race is sweet.
That's
it's
what I'm
for
saying.
your team to bring out your strategy.
See, that's what I'm saying.
If you
That's
want to strategize and go and
so when you're saying it's a miscalculation,
where
a right thinking person will understand that I cannot do a man and a woman. I won't do that. So that's why it's not me. You're not thinking.
Or it could be sometimes they don't know the running order.
You don't know the running order most times.
Whose job is it to actually find out, to check?
That's your technical man or your technical
That's what
director.
I'm saying. So that's why I said it's not miscalculation. It is a mistake, or there's another word we use for Nigeria. What's the other word?
Concability.
No, not concability. Incompetence. It's so common when it comes to track and field is the word I keep hearing.
I do know that I will be rooting for them.
Yeah.
Because that very first mixed race that they did, the first mixed relay, I
was 4 by 100 meters.
Yeah, I watched that. It was us that won. We set the record for the world, our juniors, world juniors 21 in Kenya. And then they had the arrangements better. A guy starts, a woman, in fact, a woman starts, I think, and then a guy, and then a woman, and then the guy anchors. Bami Dele, I think that was his name. That boy don't move, go abroad now.
Yeah.
He was the team captain. He was the one that set that pace. In fact, like I was saying, I make her cry, my first cry as person when watch my team as a Nigerian. Then it was still a rise of compassion. So when they sing out for a stadium, oh boy, 1 minute I was normal, the next minute Bolo begin to come out from my nose and they cry. Because I was so proud to be a Nigerian. So honestly, I'm wishing the two of you the best of times when you get to Gaborone, aka Gaborone, anyhow you want to call them, for Botswana. Because I hope that you have your Bolo moments, because seeing a Nigerian win is always the dopest thing. Seeing an African even excel on African soil on a global stage is always very great. So who's your African guy or African team? What close this thing up? Who's your African team that you're looking out for? Other than Nigeria, who are you supporting?
Botswana,
host nation. Very good answer. If you come back with 2 Botswana man, share one for me. Brother, which one is your own?
Oh, I'm looking forward to Botswana as well.
Botswana as well.
Yeah.
As we wrap up, you say you went to Botswana at first. So can you share with people watching the things to actually look out for, apart from the beef
and the diamonds?
So it's a very beautiful country. I came into Botswana from South Africa. Through Kopfontein border, also I can't remember the name. So it's a very beautiful country. The university is they have, and interestingly they take athletics very seriously.
Over seriously.
Yeah, like they start grooming the kids from when they were small to watch athletics, and I spent about 3 days there before I returned to SA. So if you're in Botswana or if you want to go, like I recommend, because they are very homely. And they are very, very lovely people. So yeah, I enjoyed my stay there.
That's smiling well. Yeah. This right, Chris. I observe this guy. Chris. Close mark this guy. I go back.
I think
observe
that's a great one, really, and hopefully you have a great time too.
I look forward to going to the safari as well this time around. I missed it the last time, but this time around I will.
That's the thing with athletics meet. You hardly have time to sit back and enjoy yourself. So I'm going to close this off. Or we're going to close this up, but I'm going to drop this question to you. And that's because this question, when they ask somebody over the weekend, bust my brain. And because when they organize sports events, so I just want to know, because everybody be like, say, cost of things and in my head and what's real is different. So someone said that to do a proper wedding, average for 200 to 300 guests, you need like 80 million naira. In your guy, really? they look me.
80 million.
That's almost like roughly over 260,000 per guest.
I can get a flat. With
so
that
for
money.
200 to 300 guests. So una don't organize sports event before. So Chris, I want to know if I want to do an athletics meet or a sports meet for a day. Let's say in Lagos, how much should I put in my pocket? Let's say I want to do a glorified inter-house sport, red house, blue house, green house. Let everybody come and craze together for one day. How much do you think it will cost?
Since you've been talking about millions, if you want to do a standard, and my reference is on standard, 1 day athletics meet in Nigeria, it's 100 million.
100 million.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah. I mean, with less than that, you can get something.
Where is so?
Because you're going to pay prize money.
It's true. It's true. It's
Yeah, so that's why I said standard. At least want to come and compete and they get something.
true. Okay.
All right, so you look at 100 million. But if you're doing 2 days, you can actually squeeze it into like 150 to 160.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's the cost of getting the next talents out in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, Mortals and Celestials, powered by this man, Mr. Chidi Okezie. Cece, where do we go tell these guys in the close now?
Yeah, thank you so much. This is our Cece and Chief Swa show. We know definitely you'll be here when we call upon you.
For Lemon and not
then
do special for
we're
Botswana.
looking at a day where we focus will just be on making of champions. What made that this, how do I describe you guys?
Private
A club
entities
or academy. What makes it
Just-
so thick? What have you What have you people done really
over the years.
over the years?
They've given us champions. I can say that. Jackpa is
yeah.
one of them, among others.
What the name?
Emmanuel now.
Emmanuel
Ojeli is there.
Really, there's so many.
Ah.
There's so many, really. There's so many. So you guys have been wonderfully well all through the years. And big ups to all the people of Making on Champions. And thank you.
Thank you, Yemi. Thank you, Bambo. Now, Making of Champions let me travel abroad the first time. I know that. So now they carry me for athletics. Even though I pay myself, but now they are Atego. So, guy, they try for us. So, thank you very much. And to those of you that have been part of the conversation, thank you for listening. And I hope this was good. Please be rooting for your Nigerian athletes. We are still rooting for Africa because, say, on this show, no offense, we love everybody, but especially Africans and most especially Nigerians. I can't help it. I don't know about you, Cece. I'm very passionate like that. So we'll catch you on the other side. Please follow Mr. Chidi Okezie, your social media handle.
At Xtofa LSC.
Talk and where? You never can tell.
Xtofa. That's Christopher. Then
Xtofa.
LSC EWESI. Yeah.
Alright, thank you so much for all you do. And Cece, I'll catch you after you come from Botswana, Abi. No worry, I'll go drag Okpe. Okpe go show me love next week. He go show me love. I go show you what a real man can do on this couch.
Is Okpe aware of this? I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
Signing out.
Boko, catch you guys. Have a great week. Bye.